Hi guys! So this is just our overview video of what you're going to expect to do this week. This week's topic is we're taking normal, like the most basic algebraic polynomial functions. We're going to learn how to use chain rule to solve those. So we're taking derivatives using chain rule. Chain rule is our tool in order to solve a derivative because these expressions are getting a little bit more complicated. So we need to start pulling out tools in order to solve the problem. And chain rule is our tool that we're pulling out. So I will create a lecture that I will post later that will teach us how to do that. I will explain the ideas in more depth of what it is that we're using chain rule for. And then I will just go through some basic examples of how to do it. So that will be the way that I portray the information to you guys, is through my lecture that I will post. Now, what you guys are responsible for doing this week is a worksheet. So just like you would do in a normal classroom, is I'm going to hand you a worksheet, and you're responsible for printing out that worksheet and doing the problems. The purpose of this is for repetition. It might not be the most exciting way yet. We'll get to more exciting ways to learn, but this is very, it's the basics of chain rule problems, and I want to make sure that we get lots of repetition on how to get the hang of it. So that's what you're doing. You're doing a worksheet. Once you finish the worksheet, you're going to print it out. You're going to write normal math on it because it's really hard to do math online, like typing out math problems, so I'm not going to make you do that. Once you print it out, do your problem, and then submit it back in Canvas for me. Once I get that, I will grade it. If you're doing great, you're on the right track, I'll just comment and be like, good job, keep doing what you're doing. If you're struggling on a certain section of it, I will make sure to write in the comment section where you're struggling and where you can get more resources for help on that section, or I will even make a video and send it to you, giving you a little bit more instruction. I will be in contact with you to help you with the areas that you're struggling at. On top of that, I will attach a Google Doc that everyone has access to, and I want that will be our Google Doc for the whole course. I want that to be our area where if you have questions about anything, you just throw it in the Google Doc and I will look at it. I will answer any of the questions that you guys have, or you guys can answer questions if you know the answer. I want that to be our place to collaborate on any type of questions we have when it comes to the worksheets or any of the future assignments I do give you. So that's kind of just this week's overview. Not too hard. I'm going to give you a lecture. You're going to do the worksheet and submit it. That's it. And there will be that sense of communication through the Google Doc. This week, I want you to the goal, like the outcomes that I want you guys to be able to have, just being able to identify that a problem needs that tool of a chain rule in order to solve it. So that's first. Like, you need to see a problem and identify that you need to use chain rule. That's step one. If you don't know that you need that tool and you can't solve it. So we need to be able to do that. That's first. Then you need to be able to solve it. That's two. I want you to just understand the basic idea of what a derivative is. We've talked about this before. Just an instantaneous rate of change. That's the whole point of a derivative. And then again, just the idea that chain rule is just a tool in order to solve a derivative. I want you to be able and really, really try to think critically on these problems. They're not always going to be very obvious, so that's where our critical thinking is going to come in play, and I want us to be able to communicate. I want you to be able to say, yes, I can do this step-by-step problem, and I'm confident in doing it. Lastly, I want you to be comfortable asking for help if you need it. math can be challenging, especially in this type of course, and I don't want you to ever feel alone. So feel comfortable saying, I need help. And that Google Doc will be there. If you need any other resources, I will be here to guide you in the right place or to help you as best as I can. But ask for help if you need it. So that is the overview for this week. Go to the section below and you will see my lecture video and you will see the attached worksheet and the attached Google Doc. So that's the plan for this week. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.